Stop. Before you skip this video, let me ask you one question. Have you ever practiced English for months, maybe even years, and then the moment you open your mouth in front of a native speaker, your brain just freezes? You know the words, you studied the grammar, but somehow something still sounds off?
Yeah, and the worst part? You can't even tell what sounds off. You just feel it. That awkward pause after you speak, the slight look of confusion on the other person's face, or maybe they just nod politely, but you can feel they didn't fully connect with what you said.
That feeling? I know it so well. I lived it for years. And today, on this very first episode of Speak Real English, we are going to break down exactly why that happens, and more importantly, what you can do about it, starting today.
Hello everyone, welcome to Ignite with DP. I'm Davik.
And I'm Pavisha, someone who spent 6 years studying English in school and still couldn't hold a 5-minute conversation without freezing up. I've been exactly where many of you are right now. And trust me, there is a way out.
If you're ready to stop sounding like a textbook and start sounding like a real English speaker, stay with us. This episode is going to change the way you think about learning English forever. So, Pavisha, I always love telling people your story because, honestly, it's so many of our listeners' story too. Can you take us back to the airport?
Oh no, the airport story. Okay, so this was about 4 years ago. I had just landed at Heathrow Airport in London. It was my first time traveling abroad, my first time being surrounded by native English speakers in real life. And I thought, Pavisha, you've got this. 6 years of school English, you scored top marks in your English exams, you know this language.
Famous last words.
Exactly. So I walked up to an information desk to ask for directions. Simple, right? I had rehearsed it in my head. Excuse me, can you please tell me where is the exit for Terminal 2? Perfect sentence, grammatically correct. And the woman at the desk, she looked at me, paused, smiled politely, and said, "I'm sorry, could you repeat that, love?"
And what went through your mind in that moment?
Pure panic. I thought, did I say something wrong? Is my pronunciation bad? Am I speaking too fast, too slow? And I repeated, and she got it the second time. But that moment, that 3-second pause, it shook me because I realized I knew English, but I didn't sound natural. There was something missing that I couldn't name.
And that right there is the thing we're unpacking today, that something missing. Because Pavisha, the truth is, your grammar was correct, your vocabulary was fine, but the way you were using the language, it was textbook English, not real English.
And I didn't even know the difference at that point. That's the scary part. Most learners don't know there is a difference.
Exactly. So let's break that down because this is the core of everything we do on this podcast. All right. When someone sounds unnatural in English, it almost always comes down to 5 specific things. I'm going to go through each one, and Pavisha, I want you to jump in with your own experience on each of these.
Perfect. I've definitely made all of these mistakes, so let's go.
The first reason, and this is the big one, is that most learners don't think in English. You hear a question, you process it in your native language, you formulate an answer in your native language, and then you translate it to English. By the time the words come out, there's a delay, a stiffness, and phrases that just don't quite fit.
This was absolutely me. Someone would ask me something and I'd literally be doing math in my head. Okay, how do I say this word in English? Okay, what's the grammar structure here? And by the time I answered, the conversation had already moved on.
The fix? Start small. Pick 5 minutes a day where you narrate your life in English, not out loud necessarily, just in your head. You're making tea? Think, I'm putting the kettle on. The water is boiling. I need milk. This rewires your brain over time to think in English first.
Oh, this one. Can I go first on this one?
Please.
So when I first started trying to speak more naturally, I would say things like, "I am very fine, thank you," or "kindly do the needful," or, and this is my favorite, "I am having a doubt."
I know exactly where those phrases come from. And listen, they're not wrong. They're just not what native speakers say. Nobody says, I am very fine. They say, I'm doing great, or not too bad, or just good, thanks. Nobody says, I have a doubt. They say, I have a question.
The fix for this one?
Watch real English content, YouTube, Netflix, podcasts with subtitles. Don't just watch to understand the story, watch to collect phrases. Keep a small notebook. Write down 5 new natural expressions every day. Not words, phrases, the chunks of language real people actually use.
English is a stress-timed language. That means the rhythm, the beats of English, the way words are emphasized, it's completely different from most other languages. If you speak English with the rhythm of your native language, it automatically sounds foreign, even if every single word is correct.
Can you give an example of this?
Sure. Say this sentence: I want to go to the store. The stressed words are want and store. In natural English, the unstressed words, to, they get squished. I want to go to the store. But many learners give equal weight to every word. I want to go to the store. And suddenly it sounds robotic.
The fix? Shadow real speakers. Find a clip, a YouTube video, a podcast, and speak along with it at the same time, matching not just the words, but the rhythm. This is called shadowing, and it's one of the most powerful tools for sounding natural.
Okay, this one surprised me when Davik first told me about it, because I thought filler words were bad.
Yeah, this trips up so many learners. In school, you're taught don't say don't say you know, don't say like, they're mistakes. But in real conversation, native speakers use them all the time. So like, I was thinking, or you know what I mean, or I mean honestly, these filler words are what make speech feel human. Without them, you sound like a robot reading a speech.
So the fix is to actually use them?
In moderation, yes. Learn a set of natural fillers, like, well, I mean, actually, you know what, so basically, and practice weaving them into your speech. They buy you thinking time and make you sound more natural.
And this last one might be the most important of all. Many learners sound unnatural because they're not relaxed. They're monitoring every word as they speak, terrified of making a mistake, and that tension, it comes through in your voice, your pace, your body language. This was so real for me. I would speak and simultaneously be judging myself. Is that right? Did I say that correctly? Oh no, I think I made an error. And native speakers don't do that. They speak, they make mistakes, they self-correct naturally mid-sentence and move on. The fix is mindset as much as skill. Give yourself permission to be imperfect. Fluency is not perfection. Fluency is flow.
Fluency is flow. I love that. Can we put that on a t-shirt?
Already on it.
Okay, so Davik, we've talked about the 5 reasons. Now let's give our listeners the actual game plan, because I know that right now someone is listening to this and thinking, okay, great, but where do I start?
Right. So here's the 7-day challenge that I give every single one of my students. It takes just 10 to 15 minutes a day. But if you actually do it 7 days in a row, I promise you will feel a noticeable difference in how natural you sound.
Day 1. Record yourself speaking for 2 minutes. Just talk about your day. Don't edit, don't rehearse, just speak. Then listen back and notice, where do you sound stiff? Where do you pause too long? You can't fix what you can't hear.
This is uncomfortable, but so useful. I remember the first time I heard my recorded voice, I was like, do I really sound like that?
Day 2, pick a YouTube video or podcast episode you enjoy in English. Watch or listen for 15 minutes. Write down 5 natural phrases or expressions that you didn't know before. Practice saying them out loud 3 times each.
Day 3, find a 1-minute clip of a native English speaker and shadow them. Speak along with them, matching their speed, rhythm, and tone as closely as you can. Do this 3 times in a row. Focus on the rhythm, not just words.
This one felt ridiculous at first, like I was just copying someone, but honestly, it rewired the way I speak. It's incredibly effective.
Day 4, all day, whenever a thought pops into your head, before you think it in your native language, try to form it in English first. Even simple things. I'm hungry. This traffic is terrible. I wonder what's for dinner. Small thoughts add up.
Day 5, have a conversation with a friend, a tutor, or even yourself in front of a mirror and consciously practice using natural filler words and transitions like, well, I mean, actually, you know what? Notice how they make your speech feel more relaxed and natural.
Day 6, have a conversation. There are apps like Tandem, HelloTalk, or Speaky, and have a 10-minute conversation in English. Make a deal with yourself. No matter how many mistakes you make, you will not stop and correct yourself. Just keep the flow going. Fluency first, accuracy second. This one changed everything for me personally. Once I stopped being scared of mistakes, I literally started having fun speaking English. It's like the handbrake came off.
Day 7, record yourself again. Same format as day 1, 2 minutes speaking freely about your day. Then compare it to day 1. I guarantee you will hear a difference. Not perfection, but progress. And that progress is everything.
7 days, 10 to 15 minutes. That's all it takes to start sounding more natural. The journey of 1,000 miles and all that.
Exactly. And remember, you're not trying to lose your accent or sound American or British. You're trying to sound like the best, most confident version of you in English. Before we wrap up today, Pavisha, I want to ask you, where are you now, 4 years after that airport moment? What changed?
Everything. I mean, I now run a team where I present in English every single day. I do public speaking. I've recorded this podcast with you. And none of that would have happened if I had stayed stuck in the belief that good grammar equals good English. That's just one piece of the puzzle. The turning point was when I stopped trying to sound perfect and started trying to sound real. When I started watching how real people speak, their pauses, their rhythm, their mistakes, their laughter, and I started giving myself permission to do the same.
And that's what this podcast is about. Every single episode, we're going to give you real tools, real conversations, and real practice that actually moves the needle. Not theory, practice. Not perfection, progress.
So here's our challenge to you. Take the 7-day plan Daivik just laid out. Start tomorrow. Day 1, record yourself for 2 minutes. That's it. That's your homework.
And we want to hear about it. Drop a comment right now. Tell us, which of the 5 reasons hit home the most for you? Were you a textbook phrase person, a translator, someone who was terrified of mistakes? Tell us. We read every single comment.
And as this episode helped you, please share it with one friend who is on their English learning journey. You might just be the reason they have their breakthrough. That's how we grow this community, together.
Subscribe to Speak Real English so you don't miss our next episode, where we're going to go deep on how to improve your English pronunciation without losing what makes your voice uniquely yours. It's one of our most requested topics, and we cannot wait to bring it to you.
Until then, keep speaking, keep learning, and remember,
Fluency is not perfection.
fluency is flow.
See you in the next one.